Recently, I played through Redfall with the help of some friends because we were going to play The Last of Us, but then that launch tanked. Then we were going to play Jedi Survivor, but that launch tanked. So we decided to play Redfall despite its launch tanking too, because I've got to make a video on something. Might as well do it on a game that no one wants to play for more than 30 minutes, so you won't fault me when I quit after 2 hours. The following is a completely accurate summary of the campaign. Well, as long as you count unfinished playthrough that I only put marginal effort into as a summary of the entire game. Trust me. At least I won't be charging you $70 to watch this video. That way if it sucks, you can just call me names in the comment section for free. The game begins with struggling to even get to the main menu because I can only move my cursor halfway down the screen, which means I can't log into the game because you're not allowed to play unless you can sign into online services. And then quitting the game froze my PC, the game wouldn't close, and I couldn't move my mouse at all, so I had to restart my PC. Off to a great start. This game is $70, by the way. Oh, also this entire video is in 30 FPS because the game is a crazy CPU hog and wouldn't play nice with a 60 FPS recording. You know, despite me having over the recommended specs for the game. Has the game even started yet? Does anyone actually care? After finally getting the game to run, I decided to play the character that I related to the most, the telekinetic black female med student. And Sky picked this guy. Ugh, I hate those people. You know the ones. British. Luckily for Sky and I, co-op actually worked on the first try, because that's yet another thing people have been reporting is broken with this game, just in case you looked at all the negative reviews and still weren't convinced that this game is a piece of shit. We get an animated slideshow explaining the plot of the game, which explains that after a botched blood transfusion at a rich person orgy, everyone got anemia. Now they've got to suck the blood out of other people to make up for the lack of their own. Also, the waves form a barrier around the world as this game's excuse for why you're not allowed to leave the area, because, you know, hydrokinesis is a very well-known classic power of vampires. We wake up on the floor watching a kinky threesome that gets interrupted by a vlogger who doesn't realize that she's supposed to put the halo light in front of her, not behind her, who decides that we're not pretty enough to show up on our Instagram feed, so she runs off to find someone with more lip filler. Don't get used to fully animated cutscenes either, that's the last one we see. After failing to read an evacuation note because the game literally won't let me interact with it, we find some water that's behaving more like a solid and find out that the game doesn't have toggle sprint or toggle aim, except actually it did have toggle sprint and I just didn't notice it, and I suffered through the rest of my time with this game holding down shift instead. It still gets a 0 out of 10 either way. We pick up a gun and I'm going to give this game one and only compliment, which is that they learned from the dumbass pop-up tutorials in Deathloop, and instead they show up on the side of the screen and don't bring gameplay to a halt while they're up. Hooray for basic functionality that other games have been doing for years. We shoot open a door release button that was behind glass for some reason. Is that normal? Why would you lock the door release behind emergency glass? After killing some dock workers who are out of a job because the dock is dry now, we find out that we're not allowed to pick up weapons they drop because it turns out this game is actually a looter shooter and Arcane's definition of immersive sim doesn't include interacting with dropped objects, only the things that they want you to interact with. The game lets us know that it can be played stealthily, so we stealth our way through some homeless people who are attempting to gather up fish that were displaced from a lack of water because we believe that homeless people are all just bums who are too lazy to get a job. They should get a real job, like me, the guy who sits and plays video games all day and doesn't ever go outside to meet another real human being. I could be going on a date, but instead I'm playing Redfall. That is, if girls would talk to me and not run screaming. We punch our way through some wood, murder some firefighters because we don't believe in government-funded programs, and Sky explodes, so I go over to help him, and we witness the incredible down animation that's just crouching. $70 game. After punching some door enthusiasts to death, we test our own enthusiasm for doors and head to the basement to kill a rival YouTuber. At least, I think he's a YouTuber. Skinny, pasty white, lives in the dark, makes his problems everyone else's. Sounds like one to me. We turn on the lights and I unlock the ability to become Rihanna, and it's really janky, so we let everyone out of the closet so we can witness a 3D slideshow that looks like someone set up the scene for an animation layout and just forgot the animation part. Very immersive. This game is $70. And now it's time for the obligatory staring at NPCs while I talk at us part, which everyone knows is my favorite part of every game. That's why I enjoyed Dying Light 2 so much.
You must be Layla.
Oh, that's a woman?
Got wrapped up in all this.
After getting talked at for what felt like years, we accept our next mission and watch a slideshow about our backstory, first spoken to us through Marvel tier dialogue that sounds like an AI wrote it after being trained exclusively on episodes of Riverdale. We walk outside and get narrated at by Kevin Bacon, but we're really not paying attention, but it's the typical I am the bad guy, fear me monologue. Kinda weird to introduce the main bad guy through a disembodied voice and not something, you know, good, but what do I know? I'm not the manager at Arcane who decided to push this game out 2 years too early. That guy surely knows what he's doing. After unblocking a roadblock, we invade a Cabela's and steal a really dumb looking helmet that we're absolutely going to be wearing for the remainder of the game because I want to look like how it feels to be Arcane right now. We clear out a safe house because this game is trying its something to be Dying Light, but Dying Light was apparently so good that even the sequel couldn't hold up to it, so this didn't stand a fucking chance. Wait, look at the birds. They don't have like an animation, they just wiggle a little bit. After picking up a light snack, we find a vampire egg because another well-known thing about vampires is that they're oviparous. And we kill some people who are just trying to find out where they parked their cars, but we get killed and find out that there's actually 0 consequences for dying. It doesn't even reset the mission. So we pick up exactly where we left off and murder some more commuters because we're members of the r/fuck cars echo chamber.
Oh. What?
I cannot express how weird this feels to shoot. So it's a 3-round burst, but if I don't hold it down, it only fires once. But then if I, like, rapid tap, I don't know if you can hear that, this is fucking awful. We head to a cave to look for a box of scraps, but it's actually just full of bad gas, like me after I eat too much cheese. So we eliminate the caveman living inside and head upstairs to the helicopter crash to look for who gives a shit. After unlocking another safe house and turning on a laser so we can send a message to our moms to come pick us up because we're scared, we visit another helicopter crash because it was an objective marked on the map, and then we head back to the firehouse to do the next copy-pasted Nothing Burger mission because every mission in this game is literally identical, and I would have had more fun watching grass grow, or watching paint dry, or sitting in line at the DMV, or getting leukemia. I could really go for a warm pretzel. We watch another slideshow and head to a hospital to kill some doctors because we're anti-vax and we would rather die naturally like a fucking idiot because we don't understand modern medical science and think the vaccines are made out of dead babies or something, and refenestrate ourselves into a window so that we can get lost trying to find the basement.
Audio log, I think.
Today is a good day. It's clear.
Oh no.
Today is a good day.
It restarted.
Today is a good day.
no.
Today is a good day. 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 Today is a good day.
Even in the
Today
menu.
is a good day. Today 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 is a good day.
Today's a good day.
Today is a good day. Today is a good day.
What do you think about today,
Today is a good
Sky?
day.
I think it's a good day.
That's all, folks! After clearing out some dentists, because proper oral hygiene is for suckers, I mean, my teeth hurt all the time and I'm fine, Sky traps me in the furnace. Sky! No, you bastard! And we head to the theater to watch a film reel because this game really needs to pad out the runtime somehow, and making you waste time by running through a crappy open world and the next crappy interior is the easiest way to do that. We clear out some moviegoers because we're actually secret hitmen hired by Netflix, and then find out that the film projector's light bulb needs to be replaced, so that means it's time to waste more time going to the basement to grab a new bulb. And then we watch a film that's actually just an animated slideshow and find out that only the second character casts a shadow, you don't see your own. The movie sucks anyways, it was just Kevin Bacon's origin story and no one gives a shit. We head back to the firehouse to get our next mission, which is to go to Kevin Bacon's house and find out if he keeps a convenient step-by-step analysis of how to beat him, but we get distracted by a random frozen model that looks like a co-op partner. Fun fact, this game is $120 in Australia. After watching another slideshow about nothing in particular, we head off to break into the house, but find out it's guarded by 2,000 sniper enemies with red lasers. Except it's actually a vampire with laser eyes or something. We also fight a Destiny boss. We kill the maid staff and find a slightly exploded room where our character has another Marvel quip that makes me want to Van Gogh my ears, but unfortunately we've only got safety scissors in the apartment because I can no longer be trusted with the sharp objects after I stabbed the mailman. Court order. I unlock the ability to summon my vampire ex-boyfriend Jason, which is actually what's going on, that's not me making something up. And then the game disconnects us. So I uninstalled it. I am 100% positive that I didn't miss out on anything else, and if you haven't played this game, then you're missing out on even less. Game over. Special thanks to my patrons, whose continued support makes these videos possible. If you want to support the channel as well, there's a link in the description.